Hi, this is Keena Kim with PivotalDiscovery.com, and today we're here with Aaron Cronan, who's in eDiscovery Services Marketing with Fios. And we're at ILTA09. Aaron's going to share with us some of the trends in eDiscovery. Aaron, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Keena. So what we're seeing with trends is obviously cost is a huge issue. That's the obvious trend. But what's coming out of that is, in order to control costs, we're seeing a push towards what is a SaaS model in a lot of ways. There's a lot of overhead and a lot of maintenance and training and things that have to be maintained as companies are trying to bring things in-house, because the traditional model of the vendors were very costly. So we're seeing that the market's responding by producing more templatized, more mature solutions that are able to deliver for a much lower cost point, more templatized answers. And so that's a lot of what Fios has seen in the market, and what we're delivering in our solution base is being able to take our 10 years of knowledge, condense it down into a more robust solution, and create a SaaS model, if you will. And what's also coming out of that is we're seeing a shift to the left of the EDRM, which is, everyone's talking about it, but it's very obviously happening, because everything that's happening down at the left side of the EDRM is pulling, if you can control the data as it's created and pull it out of the mix, as you move downstream to review, it's going to be astronomically less expensive. Every gigabyte you can pull out of review is fantastically more efficient, because the review is so expensive. It's like 80%, 70 to 80% of the cost of eDiscovery is attorneys clicking through review. And so a lot of enterprises are really pushing to pull data out of that from the beginning. And that means they're buying tools in-house to look at data before they send it to outside counsel. And they're also improving their policies around that. We're also seeing a lot of improvements around frequent small matters, which a lot of times the tools up until recently have not been able to address. And so what's coming out of that is more of the SaaS addressable model, where you have a tool that you may not need all the time, but you have a low burning flame, so to speak, so it's available to you when you do have employment matters that need to be addressed, and have the data looked at before you send it to outside counsel. And a lot of controls going into how information is being managed at the far left side of the EDRM. A trend that we're seeing out of the courts is enforcement of very powerful and painful but little known rule of Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 26G, where the courts are actually really throttling outside counsel and the corporate clients for making errors in the production. If emails aren't being produced, there's some big cases that come out of San Diego. There's a big risk to outside counsel if they do not have a very intimate understanding of their clients' data systems, and that they're basically certifying under 26G that yes, this production is complete. And by not having an intimate knowledge, or not being able to be confident about that, they're putting themselves at risk of potentially getting sanctioned and really bringing on the ire of the courts. So we're seeing that a lot of firms are wising up to that and bringing on a vendor like ourselves, for instance, to basically put a stamp on it and say, yes, we can, as a third party, can verify that this was done properly, and kind of take the shield counsel from and add a transparency level to the production.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Aaron.
Thank you.